Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be my plant-based food essentials. Basically different foods and items that I will always or most always keep on hand, so I have something here at home in the fridge, in the freezer, in my cupboards where I know I can throw something together and have a great plant-based meal. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first bag I have here are some of the things that I will always or most always try to keep in my freezer. The first thing being these Burdine veggie burgers. Now these are the gluten-free ones and they taste amazing. I'll try to do a close-up on all these so you can see them, but it's the black bean burgers. Yeah, I just always try to keep these handy. I usually will just crumble it up onto nachos or eat it plain or use some hot sauce with it, but these taste amazing. One of the best vegan and gluten-free burgers that I've ever tried. The next thing I always try to have in my freezer is some type of frozen fruit. Usually if I have fruit that's not frozen, it will either get eaten as soon as I buy it or it will go bad if I don't eat it fast enough. So having frozen fruit definitely will save you in the long run if you don't eat your fruit fast enough, or you know, it's good to have for smoothies so I don't have to add in extra ice or anything. But yeah, these are mango. I always try to have a variety of fruit, so if I'm in the mood for a smoothie or if I run out of time to go to the grocery store to get fresh fruit, I will always have some type of frozen fruit available. And finally, one of the last things I try to always have on stock in my freezer is going to be some type of freezer-ready meal. Now this is the Amy's brand and it is the sweet and sour Asian noodles. This is actually vegan and gluten-free as well. I'm trying to stay gluten-free as much as possible, and there are a lot of options out there. You just kind of got to look for them, but I always try to keep some of these on hand, so if I'm rushed or in a hurry or just pressed for time when going to work, I will always have something that I know I like that is good in the freezer where I can just take it with me and just pop it in the microwave or an oven. Alright, the next big topic of food that I like to keep on hand are going to be fresh fruits and vegetables. So onions, peppers, zucchini, squash, just any kind of vegetable. Just try to eat as much as you can. They are very low in calories but super nutrient dense, which is why I love vegetables, and with every meal I try to get some type of veggies in, and so that's why I always want to have fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Just depending on the season, I try to pick fruits and vegetables that are grown in this season because they tend to be a bit cheaper and they tend to taste better. And so yeah, when it comes to fruit and vegetables, I always try to have these on hand. They're a great fast food option. You know what I'm saying? You just grab it and go. You don't have to, you know, go out to get something or bake it. You can just eat it. It's nutrient dense. And yeah, I love fruits and vegetables. Also with fruits and veggies, I always try to have some type of green. So whether that be lettuce or spinach or kale. I'm not the biggest fan of kale, but definitely spinach. I always try to have some type of salad, and salads are great because you can just, or at least I just throw on a ton of veggies. With lettuce like this, it's really big and leafy. You can kind of make tacos with it. And so when it comes to fruit and veggies, like I said, you can do a lot with what you have. So yeah, go green, get your veggies in, get your fruits in. And fresh fruits and vegetables are filled with fiber, minerals, and nutrients, and it's so important when you're having a plant-based diet to eat a different variety of fruits and vegetables. The next couple things that I keep on hand are going to be some pantry staple items that I most always have in the pantry at all times whatsoever. So I always try to keep some type of grain or, you know, carbohydrate source. So I have some rice here and I also have lentils. Now these you can use in almost any type of recipe. You can base your entire meal around, say, rice, and you can add vegetables or different sauces to this and it will taste great. You can make a bunch of soups with lentils, or even you can make hummus with lentils, or just having these things on hand, you know, you can almost pair anything with it and it will taste great. On a plant-based diet, I always try to keep some sort of protein in my cupboard also, and so beans are a great source of protein. Now these are canned beans. You can use dried beans, I think that's what you call them, so when you buy them in a bag and you just have to rehydrate them with water before you cook them. But having canned beans, they last for almost forever. Go with anything as well. And yeah, you can do soups, you can eat this in different salsas, or just make your own black bean burger. But yeah, I always try to keep beans on hand because you can, at least I can almost eat always at least I can almost always eat these with any meal. Finally, the last two big staple items that I almost always have in my pantry at all times are going to be chia seeds and flax seeds. Now these together I will almost always use when I need an egg replacer. So I usually do about, I think, a tablespoon, maybe a half a tablespoon of each, mix it with 3 tablespoons of water. It kind of gels up and forms kind of the same consistency of an egg, and I use it in a lot of different recipes, whether it be like gluten-free waffles or pancakes or bread or different like cake recipes, or I use it in my cookie recipe, which is really good. But I will use these two together. They're also great on smoothies or smoothie bowls, or on top of different dishes that you make to add those omega-3s back into your diet. And finally, I'm going to go into a few of the staple items that I always try to keep in my fridge. So I'm going to start out with this product that I actually just found, I think about 2 weeks ago, and it is the Kite Hill cream cheese. Now this is a cream cheese style spread. It has no dairy, no eggs, no anything in it aside from, oh, shoot, I don't have the little nutrient label on here, but anyway, it is so good. It's better than the Tofu brand, at least in my opinion. I don't really eat that many bagels because I haven't found a good gluten-free bagel, but I will have this on gluten-free bread. I will eat it straight with vegetables like peppers or broccoli, and it is so good. Also in my fridge, I always keep some vegan butter. Now, some of this stuff isn't going to be the healthiest for you, but I always have it in there in case, you know, I want to make cookies or a cake or something fun or something that just needs a little bit of like butter. So instead of using olive oil, sometimes I'll use this Earth Balance vegan butter spread. Also in my fridge, I try to keep some tofu and some tempeh. And these, they really don't taste like anything. It goes with almost any flavor you add to it. I will make tempeh tacos or tofu tacos, or I'll put these on different slice this up and put it on sandwiches, put it in stir fries. These things are a staple, a way to get a great source of protein that is plant-based. And yeah, I always try to keep these in the fridge. I absolutely love pasta, and so what I also try to keep in the fridge is some type of pasta sauce. And I could also use this on like pizza or mixing it into a stir fry, but if I don't do that, I will most definitely put it with pasta and then put different vegetables in it. So it's kind of just picking from different sections of my kitchen and just throwing things together and having a great balance, a great plant-based balance of foods in your diet. And yeah, you don't have to eat completely raw. I try to mostly eat raw foods, but you know, every now and then I will cook my foods and use some processed foods, but I just try to keep a really good balance and make sure to get plenty of minerals and nutrients and fiber, and especially like protein from beans and lentils and spinach. And you'll be surprised if I get a lot of people that tell me that, oh, you're vegan, you're plant-based, you need to eat more protein and be concerned with, you know, all the lack of protein that you're eating. But really, protein is in a lot of different foods, and I bet you'd be surprised if you looked up, you know, the nutrient contents in different fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables, where there is a good abundance of protein in vegetables that you eat. But that's why I keep on hand, you know, tempeh and tofu. Especially after my workouts, I will eat a meal high in this stuff, and it doesn't taste bad at all. I make it taste really, really good, and it's really healthy for you. And I think finally, one of the last things that I keep in my fridge is this field roast vegan cheese. And it's made out of this type of tofu. I don't know how to pronounce it. Kayo. It's made out of Kayo tofu, but it's the field roast brand. And they actually have 3 different flavors. This is the tomato cayenne flavor. They have an original, and then they have a coconut herb. And you know, I don't eat something like this every day, just like some of the other processed type foods. I don't eat those every day, but every now and then I'll throw this on a potato, or I'll make some nachos and put this on it, or I'll melt it over some broccoli just to mix it up a little bit. And yeah, these are some of the staple things that I try to keep in my kitchen, in my fridge, in my freezer at all times. Let me know in the comments below some of your staple plant-based food items that you have in your kitchen at home. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Leave me a comment below. Like I said, give me a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!